BRAINROT refers to material of low or addictive quality, typically on online media, that preoccupies someone to the point it is said to affect mental functioning. As someone who is on the internet 24/7, as you do, the act of brain rotting is just a part of our daily life. The internet by nature will always feed our brain with endless content to consume, distracting us from our own thoughts to actually think about important stuff, and thus preoccupying our brain with all of these memes and slang words that normal, everyday people just would not understand. Brain rot is something that is very apparent in those who like a particular media and commit themselves into a community that is filled with people with the same interest. This community is called fandoms. After all, if you're a fan of, say, Omori, of course you would want to share that passion with someone else who is also a fan of Omori. So you join the game's fandom and proceed to collectively frying the out of your brain with Omori content. This is just the nature of being in a fandom, right? It's not enough to just talk about stuff that you like. You need to also create fan works, buying merch, holding events or conventions about this one thing that you like so much. This overabundance of content and sense of community, making it pretty much inevitable to just rot your brain to the point where your whole personality becomes the person who like this thing. In fandom culture, shaping your very personality around a particular media is just the norm. But don't get me wrong, I don't think that is necessarily a bad thing or a problem. Me, I'm someone who loves fictional stories and very passionate about it. Being in a bunch of different fandom is just how I live my life. However, I rarely interact with a fandom myself. I'm one of those people that is content to be an observer. I even like to gaze my eyes into all of these niche fandoms about media that I literally know nothing about. To me, it is just interesting to see these people sharing their passion for something. Remember Lobotomi Kaisen? Yeah, the internet goes crazy around that time, isn't it? Everywhere I go, all I see are Jujutsu Kaisen memes. I go on Twitter, I see JJK leaks. I go to YouTube to watch some content while eating. The video is about just kidding. I'm playing games with my friends. They all just quoting JJK stuff non-stop. Because of this, it seems like JJK fans are the most brain-rotted around the internet, right? But Lobotomi Kaisen is just a phase. The reason why they seem so brain-rotted is simply because of their massive quantity. What if I tell you that there's actually another fandom that is worse, where their pattern recognition is beyond cooked? Every time you mention something that is just slightly related to their game in any way, they will jump at you like a crackhead, whispering the greatness of their games to your ear. They are a literal hive mind. Oh no, it's the Project Moon sleeper agents. Sleeper agents is a term referring to people that get activated and jumps at you every time you mention something that they like. If there's Jesus mentioned somewhere, there's always that one guy that will go, "Is that a JoJo reference?" But with Project Moon fans, sleeper agents is just what they call themselves, because that is exactly, unironically, what they are. Let us observe the behavior of these sleeper agents in the wild, shall we?
This is your reminder that it is possible to fly with broken wings.
Holy motherfucking shit, is that a Project Moon reference? Tragic state of DM. We should kiss. I can stretch that tight. Oh my god. The fog is coming, Yang Yong. The fog is coming. Red mist. The red what?
Call me Ishmael. Some years ago, never mind how long precisely.
The opening was captivating to me that I read the first 50 pages in one sitting. Such a work of art. In the leak of its "The fuck
hope lies within you once again, Ishmael.
Guys, I think this might just be.
Hey there, call me Yuma. I made this video without any particular goal or structure in it. This is purely me telling my own story about how I got into contact with Project Moon stuff, and an excuse for me to talk about this really cool, grim world that Project Moon had created, and the absolute poison that comes with it. There is a reason why the Project Moon fandom often given the label the most brain-rotted community. If you don't know anything about Project Moon stuff and clicked on this video out of curiosity, this might be a decent introduction to their works, because Project Moonverse is genuinely amazing. So, make yourself comfortable, grab your meal, put the video on the second monitor, and let me tell you my story first. I'm a Project Moon fan myself, and like other Project Moon fans, I'm also cooked beyond belief. But it's not always this way. My first exposure to anything Project Moon related is actually back when I'm still in boarding school. I remember that afternoon very well. Back then, I used this very annoying 2 GB of RAM Asus laptop. I turn the laptop on, wait 10 minutes for Chrome to open, wait another 5 minutes for YouTube to load, and I see Jacksepticeye playing this game called Lobotomy Corporation, a game about managing SCP-like creatures. And I remember thinking, oh ini pinanya gamenya rame dah. When it comes to games, I appreciate good graphics. When it comes to games, I appreciate good graphics. You know, the God of War, the Ghost of Tsushima. But when it comes to actually playing the game and not just watching it, I am more interested on games that have a very unique style, just like Lobotomy Corporation. I want to play it, but then I look at my laptop and yeah, no way I could play this. So as time passed on, I pretty much moved away from the thought of playing the game. However, every time there's another SCP management game going viral, I always remember that one game, Lobotomy Corporation. Fast forward to the COVID pandemic days in 2021. There's this one evening when I'm drawing fan art of Carnelian from Arknights. I remember that evening very well. I was drawing while having random anime songs with autoplay on, and this autoplay got to an interesting song, and I immediately recognized the artist. I think, loh ini lagu Mili kayaknya lah. And as I vibed to the song, I audibly blurted out, anjay asik ya lagunya nih. So I want to find out what song it is, but there's a problem. Laptopku nih lemotnya minta ampun nah. Mun aku alt-tab mahadangnya bakal lawas. But since I'm curious, I tapped out of Medibank Paint anyway. Wait 3 minutes for the lag to end, and I see title of this eerie but fun-sounding song, From a Place of Love. And it is, in fact, a Millie song. On the title, it said, Library of Ruina, Lovetown Battle Theme. What a lovely song indeed. Surely there is nothing horrifying about it. I like Millie songs, okay? So I am interested on just what is this game that got Millie in there? So I open new tab, wait around 30 seconds and Google Library of Ruina. Saw the art style and I remember going, ada. Kok kayak kenal yuk. Sumpah ini mirip something. Oh, devnya sama. After learning about this, I alt-tab back to Medibank Paint. The software stopped responding. I got a blue screen and I crash out. Anjing! I lost like 1 hour of drawing progress, by the way. This is why I remember this so vividly. This is how I'm aware of the company that makes these games, Project Moon. However, even though I really want to play them, I can't do it because lack of hardware. Best I can do at the time is playing Genshin and Arknights on my also shit phone. I'm from an average Indonesian family, okay? We can't afford to buy expensive things like a good laptop or PC. However, these times is also when I started doing art commission. So I basically locked the fuck in and just draw from morning to morning so that I could finally buy a decent device for gaming. Time passed by and finally, I could buy a beautiful gaming laptop. With this now, I proceed to not play any of the Project Moon games. Look, this is when I am in my Soulsborne phase, okay? I basically only played Souls-like games. But Project Moon, they never let me forget them. I go online, I see Project Moon things. On YouTube, Project Moon related video essays got recommended to me. I listened to video game music, Malkuth battle theme, somehow managed to slip in.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
By this point, I delayed playing Project Moon games so much that they released a new game called Limbus Company. Apparently, it's a gacha game, and considering my track record, this is right up my alley. So on the year 2024, after delaying my Project Moon journey for way too long, one day I just randomly decided to board Lobotomy Corporation. I played it, and this game kicked my ass. Holy shit, this game is hard, man. I played many hard games, but this is on a whole another level, okay? Don't get me wrong, I like the game, but I swear, this game is just pure malice. It is insane. Lobotomy Corporation demands your absolute dedication to finish it. It's one of those games that needs autistic level of attention, as if the game is actively trying to screw you up. And I just don't have it in me to finish it. So just like many other sleeper agents, I just watch video essays about it and I end up really liking this world that they created. And here I learned that turns out all of Project Moon games are set in the same universe and even connected to each other. These newer games are sequel to Lobotomy Corporation, but the story is designed so that you don't really need to play the past games before playing the newer one. So after some time, I decided to play Library of Ruina. It's a deck building game that is easy at first, but quite literally have a vertical difficulty spike later in the game. I love it. I got to like 2/3 of the game, but again, not finishing it. So around this time, my friends just got into Monster Hunter World. So for the whole month, I end up using all my game time with them. And when I play Library of Ruina again, I just lost my motivation to actually finish it. Mainly because I watched tutorials about the game, but end up getting big spoilers for the story. So like many other sleeper agents, I just end up watching videos about it. But alas, with this experience, I just love Project Moonworks even more.
However, at this time I wasn't completely in it yet with Project Moon stuff.
The Brainrot has not consumed me. I hold myself from playing Limbus Company because I'm one of those people that have way too many gacha games installed. The thought of adding another gacha game just seems daunting to me, especially since I have other stuff to do. But then, it happened. Limbus Company collabs with Arknights, and I was like, oh my god! Arknights is one of my favorite fiction. I played the game literally on day one. Most of my artworks are just Arknight stuff, so when Limbus announced they will collab with Arknights, I can't stop myself anymore. I have to try the game out. And again, I absolutely love it. Limbus Company is basically all I played that month. And after I finished Kanto 5, it's over for me. There's no coming back. I am completely in it now. If you're not familiar with Project Moonworks, you might wonder, what is it about their games that captivate, or should I say, infected so many people? Okay, this is gonna be a long section and will contain massive amount of spoilers for Project Moonworks, especially for the older games. But knowing what makes the lore so good is important to truly understand why people are so obsessed with Project Moon. If you are interested in playing Project Moon games, then please do just click off this video. I really don't want to rob you from experiencing their games firsthand. With that being said, let me tell you about the city. All of Project Moonworks takes place in this huge hyper-capitalistic metropolis that people there just simply refer to as the city. A continent-sized land with a population of around 7 billion people, which is a lot considering how very common death is in this city. Just by looking at these artworks, you can tell how suffocating it is to live in there. The cramped architecture, the sunlight failing to give warmth to the ground. This is a dark, unforgiving, oppressing world, where greed is not a sin, but a necessity to survive. A system where death and suffering always surrounds you. A land so hostile it's as if the very ground it is stepped on wants to devour
and drown you into the depths of despair.
But in that despair, there is a light, gently telling you to chase it. That is the kind of place
The city is. The city consists of 25 districts.
Each of them is run by a giga corporation that oversees any activities in that district called
The wings.
And just like companies in our world,
They are ruthless. What? You failed to pay taxes? Die, worm!
you take a shit during work hours, they will collect your time, literally, and turn you into a factory worker that move in slow motion. What's that? You do your job properly, the company will release a big blazing ball, ram it into your office, and kills you while a drone is recording. The recording of your death will then be showed to an eldritch eye
To make it cry.
What's that? You don't have a job. Kill yourself.
Indeed.
The city and the earth is not so different after all. Each big corporation has this thing called a singularity, a unique technology with ability that is borderline magic. All other things such as culture, values, and politics of the people
Will shape around their singularities.
For example, T-Corp is a wing that oversees District 20. Their singularity is all about collecting and controlling time. This is a place where rich people move in 20 times speed, while the poor moves in 0.5 speed. This technology also results in turning District 20 into a monochrome world, where color just doesn't really exist. After all, time and light, which creates color, is deeply related. So when they collected time, this practice also ends up draining their district from color as well. This is why rich people with time could afford to wear colorful clothing and have a house that is filled with color, while the poor not only have to experience time slower, they couldn't even afford to have the basic pleasantries of seeing colors. That's right. They turned the concept of time and color itself into a commercial product. Another example is K-Corp. Remember that crying eldritch eye that I talked about before? That is K-Corp's singularity, the tearful thing. Its tears have the ability to reverse things to their original state. So with this, they created products called the helapoiesis, or HP. Then, they sold or used it in form of healing items such as ampules or tablet. But notably, they also make bullets from it to heal soldiers, creating undying soldiers that doesn't fear death. Oh, they also use this technology to produce an infinite amount of chicken, by the way. Because they need the tearful thing to shed tears, K-Corp is deliberately showing it some sad things. At first, it may just be a sad story. But just like how humans become apathetic because of overexposure, so is the tearful thing. In the end, K-Corp even going as far to sacrificing people all over their district, releasing all kinds of abnormalities to massively increase tear production by showing these tragedies to the tearful thing. Sounds very bad, right? In the city, we have companies that turn time into commodities. Companies that is killing their own people to make products that's ironically used to heal people, and many more examples. But the thing is, the people that manage to find themselves into these companies, even though, yeah, it's still very bad, they could be considered lucky. What about those who can't be under protection of a wing? What about those rejected by the corporation in their district? They would have to live in the back street. So each district of the city consists of two areas. One is called the nest, which is where the wings of that district reside. But most people of the city actually live outside of the nest. They live in an area called the back street, a lawless area outside of a nest protection. In the back street, it is literally every man for himself. People here will do anything to survive. They will steal, kill, and even betray their friends and family if it means they could live for just one more day. They are at the bottom of the food chain. Looting corpses of your dead mom? Well, that is just a daily occurrence in the back street. Now, if there is a bottom of the food chain, then naturally, there are those who are at the top. and this position goes to entities called the Head. They are mysterious, ultra-powerful entities that governs everything in the city. They consist of 3 wings that reside at the center of the city: A Corp, B Corp, and C Corp. The information about them is extremely limited. All the people know is that they must not break their rules and taboos. Some of these taboos are prohibiting the creation of sentient AI. Sorry folks, but AI waifus are prohibited. If you clone yourself, that clone of yours should not exist in the city for more than 7 days according to A Corp's timescale. Sorry folks, you can't make a gender-bent version of yourself and marry them. If you're an intelligent sapient being that is not a human, then you are prohibited from entering the city. Sorry folks, but we are fucking racist. If you're watching the video to this point, if you're watching this video to this point, you may realize something. This is a futuristic setting, but when I show a character, none of them seems to use a gun. They all either use sword, spear, or any other weapons, but just not guns. The reason for this is 1. Guns and bullets are madly expensive, so it's more efficient to not use them on the first place. The other reason
Is a taboo from the Head.
if you use guns, that gun or the bullet should not be strong enough to penetrate building walls or steel. If you break any of these taboos, the consequences would be huge, as the Head will send their arbiter or the Claw to punish you, either removing you from existence entirely or destroying a whole corporation that break these taboos. So let's say if you live in the city and you begin at the bottom of the food chain, what can you do? Well, you can start by looting corpses like the rats, or maybe, since the nest rejects you, then you could join the unregulated group outside of the nest jurisdiction. These organizations are called the Syndicate. Come join the gang of the middle. Maybe they will take you in. Or perhaps you can try being a fixer. Fixers are basically someone who take various jobs across the city, graded from number 9 to 1, with grade 9 being basically the incompetent nobody and grade 1 as the competent folk that given many jobs across the city from important people. But in a rare case, some of these grade 1 fixers get so unbelievably strong compared to the other that the classification of grade 1 fixers is simply not enough for them. So
The Hana Association
assign them a special title, the title of Color Fixers. These Color Fixers are some of the most famous characters both in the game and outside the game.
the Blue Reverberation, the Red Gaze.
These are characters that is determined, strong, and crazy enough to climb all the way to the top. They are regarded like heroes of the city, and this label of a hero is especially true for the Red Mist, Kali. Kali is one of the most famous characters in the city. Kali is born in the backstreet, the lowest of the low. The proof that even if you came from the bottom, you could climb all the way to the top. She is someone who inspires hope and admiration from people. But not only that she is strong, she has a heart of gold. Principles and convictions so strong that she became the first known instance of someone manifesting a power called ego. I think I have made my points clear enough here. Throughout the years, Project Moon had created a really cool world that do a great job at immersing you and drowning you into their world. I haven't even talked about life at the outskirts, the land outside of the city, outside of the head jurisdiction, a wasteland filled with non-human creatures and horrors. But alas, there's humans there, those who are rejected by civilization itself. Or maybe I could talk about the Great Lake, a huge ocean that consists of many different lakes that each has their own set of rules and is terrorized by powerful eldritch entities simply called the Whale. I haven't even talked about how all of these districts are connected one another, the collaboration that they're doing, their many secrets, or what it's like to have a war in the city. If I talk about every aspect of their world building, this video will at least gonna be like 5 to 6 hours. This is just how much depth there is to the world that they are created, and the fandom still have many unsolved mystery to work on. But enough with the world building. When it comes to story that people could relate to, we need characters. Those who will roam this world and connect everything. And since I began talking about characters such as the Red Mist, let us talk about Project Moon characters next. This is another reason why people love Project Moon works so much. Not only the world building is immaculate, in that world reside some of the most relatable, funny, charming, and human characters. Even from their first game, Lobotomy Corporation, Project Moon simply never fails to deliver a set of amazing characters. And I think the best qualities about their characters is how believable they are. What they do and their reaction to anything around them is simply makes sense. After all, in a city that is designed to bring out the worst in people, of course that city will be filled with the worst kind of people. His name is Ain, a really kind, caring person that really just wants to see his loved one dreams come true. A dream to cure the people of the city from despair. A dream to bring light to the people. But the city doesn't treat people with dreams kindly. After an experiment gone wrong, resulting in the loss of an innocent child, the girl responsible for this ended her life, not being able to handle the guilt. And this turned Ayin into a ruthless, broken madman doing anything possible to achieve her dream, massacring literally thousands of people only to bring them back to life, and then killing them again and again and again inside a brutal, never-ending cycle. The city will take everything from you. However, these are humans. The city may turn them into the worst kind of themselves, but they have the capacity to grow and learn. Just like Sinclair, with the help of the Limbus Company crew, finally have the courage to confront his trauma head-on with clear and determined eyes. Project Moon characters is all about facing yourself, your past, and your sin. Some of the characters become even more broken because of it, but the other, who is determined and strong enough, grow and learn to be better. This core focus is even more emphasized in their latest game, Limbus Company. Limbus Company mainly follows 13 characters called the Sinners, people that join Limbus Company for their own reason. We play as Sinner number 10, Dante, an amnesiac that is forced to be the manager of the Sinners. Now, what would happen if we forced 13 highly unhinged people with their own unresolved problems and trauma into the same team? Well, of course, they fucking hate it, to the point that they literally kill each other multiple times. And Dante end up having to turn back the clock, pulling these sinners from the gates of hell. A process that will transfer the sinner's pain into Dante, resulting in the sinners going back to life. I swear, these people sucks, dude. You as the player may not even like them at first, but you keep playing. You are there following their journey. And as they fought many dangers together, as they joke and mess around with each other, as they face their sins together, you will see firsthand how these broken people start to finally feel like they have a place to belong, a place that they could call home. Project Moon understand humans. All their games is just bursting with it. Humanity, our ugliest side, and our beauty, our bottomless malice, and boundless love. No matter who you are, you will at least find one of their characters to be relatable. Also, I had to say something about our main character, okay? As I play the game, Dante is quickly becoming my favorite gacha game main character, alongside the Doctor from Arknights. I just like how incompetent and at times arrogant Dante is at the beginning of the game. Dante can't do shit. They can't fight. The sinners doesn't listen to them. They can't make decisions. They scoff and lampoon a lot at other people all the time. And it just makes sense, right? Of course Dante is incompetent. They don't have memories, and just suddenly forced to be the manager of these misfits. And on top of that, the sinners will often die for the most stupid reason, and Dante had to endure the excruciating pain every time they turned back the clock. But alas, as each chapter progresses, you see Dante slowly, just slowly, becoming an actual competent and good leader that cares about the sinners. You see the sinners starting to respect, care, and trust Dante, for no matter how far they fell, Dante will be there, pulling them back up. And you also see Dante go from "I'm just doing my job" kind of mindset into genuinely wanting to help these sinners to find their path in the world, to confront their sins, for that is what Dante must do, not only as their manager, but also as their friend. It's just amazing, okay? The world, the characters, even the dialogue is filled with weight and subtlety that you just don't see in many games.
Now, I'm going to show you an early dialogue between Roland and Hot from Library of Ruina. I want you to put your thinking cap. Even without any context, you could get so many implications about them and their past.
바로 편하게 하기는 어색하네.
적응하기 마련이지. 그나저나 책 분류는 잘 되어가? 도시에 제대로 된 문학이라고 불릴 게 있나 싶은데.
저마다의 삶이 문학인 것 같아. 각자 자신만의 삶이 책처럼 쓰여져 가는 거야. 그리고 그 속에는 희극과 비극이 제각기 얽혀 있어. 마냥 나쁜 사람만 있는 것도 아니고, 마냥 선한 사람만 있는 것도 아니야.
다 개인적인 사정이란 게 있으니까.
그래서 고민이야. 누군가를 무턱대고 미워할 수 있을까 하고. 우리는 책을 위해서 사이좋게 지내던 가로등 사무소의 해결사들을 죽여버렸어. 아무리 그들이 선택해서 이곳에 왔다 하지만 우리에겐 반드시 이뤄야 하는 목적이 있고. 자기 변명만 늘어놓게 되는 것 같네.
호드, 근데 또 그 개인적인 사정이란 거 다 따져가다 보면 머리만 아파오게 되거든. 그래서 뭐가 뭔지 모르게 될 때가 있어. 도덕적 규범이니 근본적인 원인이 뭐니 생각하다 보면 다 흐려지거든. 내 마음에 터질 것 같은 응어린 그대로인데. 그럴 땐 마음 가는 대로만 꿰뚫는 거야. 더 알려고 하지도 않고 알 필요도 없어. 그게 편한 거야.
롤랑의 해결사로서의 조언인 거야?
뭐 그렇지? 내가 좋아하는 말이 있어. 그건 그거고 이건 이거다. 모든 이들의 사정을 떠안을 수 있는 세상이 아니야.
찬ям한 듯한 말이네.
당연히 찬ям한 지 오래지. 그래도 역시 그게 편하더라고. 흘러가는 대로 몸을 맡기는 거지.
조언은 고마워. 나도 좀 더 생각해봐야겠어. 하지만 그건 그거고 이건 이거다라는 말은 잠시 위안이 될 수 있어도 구원받을 수 있는 말은 아닌 것 같네.
뭐 받아들이는 것도 각자의 방식이 있는 거니까. 책은 여기 두고 갈 테니 앞으로도 잘 부탁해.
Very interesting dialogue, isn't it? Just by listening to this small dialogue, you could tell just what kind of person these two characters are.
The main reason people play Project Moon games is for the story. Sure, the gameplay is fun and challenging. Heck, I would even say the gameplay of Limbus is one of my favorite compared to other gacha games right now. But when Project Moon fans talk about their games, you rarely hear them talk about the gameplay, aren't you? It's always the story, the world, the characters. With the combination of amazing believable world and relatable characters, this concoction results in the most brain-rotted community in gaming. Yeah, remember when the video is about that? Yes, Project Moon works are amazing. This is the core reason why the community is so dedicated, and in turn, brain-rotted. By this point, I believe you understand that. Now, the other reason why these brain-rotted sleeper agents are everywhere is actually far simpler. It's just, we are so easy to trigger.
I improved Minecraft Lucky Blocks.
Oh.
Nothing is that
Oh,
unlucky.
oh no. Oh no. Sure, you may see some random gaming community invading other unrelated things. Like the moment there's a character eye light up with blue color, someone will go, Sans Undertale? But you sure don't see it as often, varied, and hive mind-like compared to Project Moon fandom did, isn't it? Every time, okay? Every time I'm on the internet, if I see anything that could be connected to Project Moon, I just know that sleeper agents will be there. I was watching the trailer for Nevergrave, right? The main character is a blonde girl with kind of red-brown eyes. Seeing this, I just know there will be comments about Don Quixote, so I scrolled and lo and behold, there it is! A sleeper agent in the wild. So, most Project Moon main cast are from literature. They are characters from old books, poems, and short stories. So you could just look for a post or video that talks about this literature. I guarantee you will find sleeper agents. Why you should read Moby Dick, Sasha Morrell. My high school math teacher told me that he has been rereading this book every year for 20 years. Every time he read it, he experienced something new, something different.
Once an Ahab, always Ahab.
Ahab. This book was the greatest work of literature I've ever read. America's epic. We talk about Shakespeare too much and Melville too.
The fault lies with you, Ishmael.
Just finished it for the first time. Somehow managed to avoid any spoilers of anything regarding the plot my entire something compass and curiosity. Everything you need to know how to read Homer's Odyssey, Jill Dash. Here in Greece, in 7th grade, the Odyssey is a subject like the Odyssey had a purpose. Fun fact, the Odyssey had a purpose. Odyssey is great because he had a for fuck's sake. You may also notice when I explain the lore, the game never uses any complicated terms, isn't it? Who governs the city? The head. What is the organization that will clean the city from corpses and waste during the night? The sweepers. What are the top 5 syndicates called? The Fingers. Despite being in a futuristic setting, they rarely use any complicated terms at all. This also contributes to the brain rot. As you can see, everything about Project Moon stuff is extremely easy to reference and quote. And this brain rot, it got to me. In fact, I may be even worse than anyone else.
Disaster brought the world to the current post-apocalyptic state that it's now in, and also distorted many of
Distort?
You play as a member of a religious organization known as the Order of Malkuth.
Malkuth?
So I'm doing my best here with the
Oh,
Saphira.
Lobotomy Corporation. What?
The Order of Malkuth.
Malkuth Order?
I swear I cannot hear or see anything that is just slightly related to Project Moon anymore. There is this character, his name is Rulan, right? And he has this catchphrase. That is that. It is this. However, this is not really an uncommon phrase, isn't it? I watch a lot of anime. Every time a character said, Sore wa sore, kore wa kore, I immediately go, oh, what? There's this one moment when I'm having a banter with my friends and he said, Ini beda lagi ceritanya. Itu ya itu, ini ya ini. Hearing that, I got stunned for a second. Bro thought he was winning the argument, but no, my mind just got paralyzed thinking of
그건 그거고.
이거네. Get the fuck out of my head, Lulan. Monster Hunter. Wild. But hey, how can we talk about Project Moon Brainrot if we're not talking about the legendary Project Moon livestream? You know how in other gacha games they have those high production livestream with crazy trailers, complete with structured and neat showcase of the updates? Well, in Project Moon, we play the game differently. You see this man? This is Kim Ji-hoon, the CEO of Project Moon himself. And there he is, with a scuffed livestream, shit camera, phenomenal camera angle, explaining updates using PowerPoint with the most beautiful green pointer known to man, complete with spectacular writing. And then suddenly changing to his VTuber avatar midstream, and this might be just the best thing I have ever seen. There's so many good moments in these live streams, okay?
Like the CEO saying that if the company go bankrupt, then he will do mukbang and gaming streams.
You already shared it? Alright.
1,300 lunacy.
1,300 lunacy? A temple? A temple? A temple. The employees are messaging me that we can't go bankrupt. Don't worry, we won't go bankrupt.
I mean, like, I don't think it's just your employees that are
we
going to
might
be
go
sending you that.
bankrupt.
Like, we're going to be doing it too.
If we go under, I will do mukbang and gaming streams. That is a legitimate thing, he said. If the translation is...
The CEO turning into himself and then saying,
People like our game and we don't know why.
him going on his own canto and being really open about the company situation, him being genuinely really happy with the opportunity to collab with Arknights, and then doing a gacha stream during the Arknights collab event, gets really lucky and then flex his Leviathan Arknights account, holy shit, feel bad about it, and ends up giving players free 10 pull. Recently he even ascended to 3D and started using 3D VTuber for his stream, and of course the community gets to work, and this spawns many interesting fan art. I swear this fandom, man, I just love to witness it. It's so funny. Despite how popular their game is, Project Moon is a small company with only around 50 employees, which is insane, by the way, compared to other gacha game company like Kuro Game or Hoyoverse with hundreds, even thousands of employees. Because of this, scuffed is just how Project Moon operates. Limbus Company has this reputation of a gacha game made by people that doesn't have any idea how to make gacha games. And you could see that in Limbus game design. There is no such thing as limited units in this game. You could get every character by grinding in the mirror dungeon, and they gave free stuff a lot. I can clearly see this game being an offline game later on when the story finally finished. This company, of course, has a lot of its own problems. Just like the characters in their game, they are incredibly flawed. The slow updates, the content drought, and many more. However, as of now, I am happy enough to support stuff that Project Moon is working on. I just hope that this company could continue to be better, just like how the characters in their games are. And for the community, I have something to say. Let us stop the sleeper agent shenanigans, shall we? You may not realize this, but we are being annoying, obnoxious even. I know that it's funny and hilarious, but you're ruining other people's fun by doing things like this, okay? And you must admit, it's not just the Roblox kid that is being obnoxious. If you don't know, there is suddenly a lot of Roblox kids raiding the Limbus fandom because of Roblox game like Forsaken that take Limbus characters and put it in their game. And these kids are being really annoying, whether it's inside or outside of the community. And if you don't like these Roblox kids, then that is exactly how the literature readers feel. I have to call these people out, man. When there's a video about, for example, Moby Dick, the audience of that video wants to talk about Moby Dick, okay? So let them have fun and discuss the book among themselves. Stop going to anything related to the book and spam "Cha! Maganera!" Just like how Roblox kids may be ruining your fun, you are also ruining the fun for actual Moby Dick fans by doing this. At this point, we must stop. If someone suddenly, explicitly talking or referencing Project Moon, then fucking jump at them, swarm them even. But if they're clearly not talking or hinting or referencing Project Moon, then just hold yourself, brother. In my opinion, all of this sleeper agent stuff is just unnecessary. But well, this is just how every single fandom is, isn't it? The Undertale and Deltarune fandom, the Genshin and Wuthering Waves fandom, the Jujutsu Kaisen and Chainsaw Man fandom. There will always be that period where a fandom becomes really obnoxious. And thankfully, Project Moon fans has calmed down now, I think. I don't see these swarm incidents happening as often anymore. And listen, I'm no better, okay? I also bear the sin of being an annoying fan. I understand that feeling of wanting to share your passion,
I understand that feeling of wanting to tell the world of how good this one thing is. I understand that feeling of wanting to become the funny guy in a community. I understand those desires very well, even indulge in it. But over time, I realized that this is not the way I should show these things. So what I did? Well, I create stuff. I create fan arts, fan comics, stickers, and now videos. Rather than being an annoying fan, it's better to direct that passion to be productive, isn't it? So I encourage you to do the same if you're interested in it. Let us just stay in our lane and enjoy stuff that we like together, shall we?
Hello.
Welcome to the mandatory campfire section. Yes, I'm planning to have this campfire talk at the end of every video from now on. Anyway, if you're a Project Moon fans watching this video, I have a question since I'm curious. Who is the Nimbus Company character that you relate the most? For me, it is definitely Honglu. He's one of the rare characters where I could unironically say, "He's just like me for real." That deep nihilism of his. And that moment in the last part of the canto, woo! That's so good, man. From here, I learned something, you see. That story really reinforces my conviction against my own mindset. A carefree attitude towards everything that is kind of make me self-destruct in many ways. You know, there's this one time when I have an earwax blockage, right? But instead of treating it, I just let that shit block my ear for literally a whole year. I don't know, I'm just too lazy to book an appointment, you know? It's only after my lecturer in college finds out about it and forced me to get treatment, I finally book an appointment with doctor. Honglu's story made me reminiscence about moments like this in my life, and I was like, yeah, maybe I should treat myself a little bit more. How about you? How about telling me and other people some stories about which character that you relate the most from Limbus? Or any other Project Moon works? Who knows? Maybe it will make you feel better about your day. Also, if you're one of the people that watched my last video, sorry for taking quite a while with this one. I have no excuse, I'm just being lazy, really. Anyway, since the last video is about AI, have you seen the changes Twitter made recently? It's just... I have no words, man. Our people just doesn't understand true consent anymore. Actually, no, what is consent? I don't know what that is, but I do like that word. Maybe we should learn more about that. I said in the last video that it really feels like everything has gone to shit now. In the back of my head, I always have this lingering feeling that it will be even worse. But who would have thought? Things did get worse, yet again. I've always been someone that will go, it is what it is, but not gonna lie, man. I don't know how many it is what it is left in me. Well, I guess we could only hope, endure, and keep going on. After all, that is that. This is this, isn't it? But hey, to all of you, thank you so much for watching. You're even here all the way in the end of the video. So if you like stuff that I do, then after your internet travels, how about come around and chill here again, once in a while. For now though, we must part ways. However, we shall meet again. So, as always, be safe, friend. Don't you dare go hollow.